A self-proclaimed insider just told the entire Shiba Inu community to brace itself. He says what is coming could change everything for Shib, and he has not revealed a single detail yet. What is happening and what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. This content is provided for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Market conditions can change over time. Something is building inside the Shiba Inu world right now that has nothing to do with charts or whale moves alone. A name that a large portion of the Shib community already knows just stepped forward and issued a statement that has people completely on edge. The reason it is spreading so rapidly is that the actual content has been deliberately withheld. Keep watching because every layer of the story carries real implications for where Shib could be heading. Before we get into the main event, let us look at where Shiba Inu sits technically right now. According to market observers, Shib has been grinding in a narrow band near the 620 unit range for multiple sessions, pressing against a floor that bulls continue to protect. When a token consolidates in this kind of horizontal structure after a prolonged decline, technicians describe it as an accumulation base forming. The sellers who want it out have already left. What remains is a market where patient holders refuse to give up their tokens at these levels. On top of that, the 50-day moving average on the 4-hour time frame has been curling upward in recent sessions, which is often one of the first visible signs that momentum is attempting to rotate in the other direction. In simple terms, it means the downward push is losing steam, and when a compressed market finally loses that downward pressure, the release tends to move fast. According to market data, the current market cap sits at approximately $3.7 billion, and the 24-hour volume on April 30, 2026 came in around 158 million, showing that traders are not ignoring this token even during its quiet phase. And get this, the RSI on the daily time frame currently reads near 52, which places Shib right in the neutral zone, not overbought, not oversold, sitting perfectly in the middle of the range where directional decisions get made. A token parked in RSI neutral with compressing price action and a community about to receive a major announcement is a setup that technical traders watch very carefully. The spring is wound. The question is only what triggers the release, so let us talk about who made this announcement and why the community is paying such close attention to it. Here is what is wild. A popular crypto commentator who operates under the name Del Crixpito, whose full identity is Luis Delgado, publicly announced on April 30, 2026 that he is preparing to deliver what he personally calls the most consequential Shiba Inu prediction he has ever made, according to reports. He did not release the actual forecast, he released the anticipation for the forecast. And that decision alone was enough to send the community into a frenzy of speculation that continues building as you watch this video. Here's the kicker. Sources suggest Del Crixpito claims his team correctly anticipated multiple significant exchange listings ahead of their official confirmations, and also references early commentary around a crypto basket product with institutional connections that carried real implications for SHIB related narratives. Whether every claim survives full scrutiny is a separate conversation. What matters right now is that a substantial portion of the SHIB holder base trusts his track record of early signals enough to stop and pay attention when he says something big is coming. That trust amplifies the ripple effect of a deliberately vague announcement far beyond what a random commentator could generate. Credibility, even when partially earned, becomes a multiplier in this space. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Industry watchers note that Del Crixpito has given zero specific information about what this prediction actually involves, whether it concerns a price target, a strategic partnership, an institutional adoption event, a regulatory development, or something else entirely within the ecosystem. That complete absence of detail is a calculated move. In tight-knit crypto communities, a well-structured teaser does two powerful things simultaneously. It supercharges engagement among existing holders who immediately begin theorizing and debating. And it pulls in entirely new eyes from people outside the community who see the buzz and want to understand what is happening. The timing is not accidental. The SHIB community has been navigating a period of price stagnation and suppressed energy. Introducing a mystery of this magnitude into that environment creates an entirely different emotional atmosphere overnight. But why does this deserve serious attention beyond surface level hype? because when you examine what the Shiba Inu ecosystem is actively building right now, the conditions for a genuinely transformative prediction to land credibly do exist. The Shibarium Layer 2 network continues advancing its AI integration roadmap. Rakuten Wallet in Japan added Shib just weeks ago, opening the token to tens of millions of users in a tightly regulated market in one move. And the community has been absorbing distribution from large holders without the price structure collapsing. And there is another angle here that most people are not talking about. As per on-chain data, the circulating supply of SHIB stands at approximately 589 trillion tokens. The burn mechanism continues operating in the background. Every major ecosystem development that increases Shibarium transaction volume also contributes additional tokens to the burn pipeline. If Dell CRX Pito's prediction relates to something that could dramatically accelerate ecosystem usage, even a small increase in burn velocity compounds meaningfully over time. That is the long game. That is what the most conviction-weighted holders inside this community are thinking about right now. Now, let us examine what the on-chain environment looked like surrounding Dell CRX Pito's announcement. Community activity across tracking platforms spiked sharply compared to the suppressed engagement that had defined the prior several sessions. Sentiment tools registered a measurable pivot from fear-based discussion toward active curiosity and growing anticipation. That kind of psychological shift inside a crypto community does not guarantee a price move. But historically, across multiple cycles in the Shiba Inu story, periods where the community transitions from anxiety to expectation have consistently preceded moments of significant price action. The energy shifts before the price does. That has been the pattern again and again. And right now, the energy is shifting. Think back to the extended buildup that preceded the Shibarium mainnet launch. Holders endured wave after wave of partial hints and structured teases before the full reveal arrived. During those weeks, community members who might otherwise have sold during a quiet patch instead held firm because the anticipation of something significant kept them present. The token began reflecting that anticipation in its price before any confirmation ever came. According to community sources, Dell CRX Pito is clearly operating inside that same framework right now. He understands the architecture of SHIB community psychology, and he is using it with obvious precision. The whales know it, the builders know it. And now a voice that this community has learned to monitor closely is telling everyone that what is coming next could shift the entire narrative. That is 3 separate signals pointing in the same direction at the same time. 3 sources of momentum converging. And converging momentum inside a compressed price structure is exactly the kind of setup that has historically preceded SHIB's most explosive moves. The long-term dream inside this community has never wavered. It is the belief that SHIB eventually breaks from its current compressed zone and reaches a valuation that rewards every single holder who endured the difficult seasons. According to reports, Dell CRX Pito has now framed whatever he is preparing as a potential turning point for the entire token. Those words carry enormous weight inside a community that has been waiting patiently through one of the most exhausting stretches in SHIB history. The prediction is loading, the charts are coiled, the community is watching, the anticipation is real, the ecosystem momentum is real, and the entire SHIB world right now is leaning in to hear what comes next. So what do you think this prediction could actually be? Drop your theory in the comments right now. I genuinely want to see where this community believes it is headed. Click on one of the videos on screen right now for more, because there is far more happening in this market than most people have noticed. Hit the notifications bell immediately, because if Dell CRX Pito drops that prediction and you miss it, you risk being behind on a moment that could genuinely matter for your position. And share this video with every SHIB holder you know. The community that stays informed together is the community that moves forward together.